What do you think about my bow?
Your bow?
It's a carbon fibre.
Yes.
Isn't it?
So this is another thing about. I talked about a lot of videos compare with say the carbon bow or glass fiber bow with a wood bow. I do not make any comment on carbon bows because this is not a category as instruments. This is a product. What we're talking about is that a lot of people says, oh, the new technology changes everything. The carbon bow works better than wooden bow. We save the environment because the people damage the rainforest and we should save the world. This and that, blah, blah, blah. I don't care. I only tell people, look, bow making is a handcraft tradition. It's handcraft art for bow making. It doesn't matter good or bad. Should be handmade. So this is tradition. Tradition can never be replaced by machine, by technology, by duplicate. So this, I return my question to these people asking me, and I said, would you prefer to buy a print instead of original art? And you would regard that the print more valuable and looks better, even waterproof, than the original art. Will you compare with that? So this is one point I will say it again. Why I do not recommend people use glass fiber bows, because this is not, it's damage the tradition. It's not as a violin making tradition, as a piece of art. Secondly, acoustically, bow has sound itself. Bow itself have sound. This people don't realize that. And I think Jeff, you have experience. Different bow play the same violin, makes different sound.
Absolutely.
Some bow has noise. Some bow does not have noise. If you play the same violin, why? It's because the bow also makes sound, vibration, with material with vibration, vibrating in the air produces sound. It's only because the bow sound is so much smaller than the violin sound, we're not able to hear or not notice. But that bow sound frequency, the movement, will affect the violin sound. It works together because two vibrates are in the air, like two people singing. It create a chord, okay? It create overtone, or not, if not in tune, okay? It create noise. So this is why it's so important you play a wooden bow. The wooden bow makes sound. That sound will correspond with the violin sound. So this is why the same bow, okay, bow A, bow B, with one violin, bow A is stronger, bow B is weaker, okay? So you will automatically think, oh, bow A is a stronger bow. But if you change the violin, it can be opposite. Then change the violin, used to be strong bow, become weaker. We did a lot of tests like that. People got so surprised. Why? Because the frequency works differently. If it is constricted with each other, you feel stronger, because it has a how can I put it, a resistance. Okay. If it's working together so harmonically, you feel the bow is softer. So all this fun is from a bow. So this is another point I advise to violinists. Okay, I don't know, I should just say to fiddleists or not. Is if you want to buy a bow, always bring your own fiddle. Always bring your own violin. Okay? Because you cannot test the bow with somebody else's violin in the shop to decide. You cannot. Some people go to a violin shop, I'm going to buy a bow, why should I need a violin? There's so many violins there. So they put a violin and they try out the bow. Oh, this is fantastic. But this fantastic bow may not work on your violin. It's same like a husband and wife. Okay? Beautiful ladies all over the world does not mean that everyone can be your wife. You need to find the one match your violin. So bring your violin when you want to choose a bow and test on your violin, which in the environment you're most familiar. This is also, I advise people, borrow the bow, come home and try. To a place you like, to a place you're used to. Because if you change environment, you have no idea. You go to a violin shop, they have very good acoustic. You know, you play all this huge sound, and you don't care much about yourself. But when you come back to the kitchen, it's such a small place, and the place you used to play sounds totally different. You feel totally different. But you have already paid. You can't bring it back. So this is why in my shop we offer to borrow, to lend people, and we offer to return. If you don't like it, you cannot get the money back, but you have the same valuable you can choose from. You bought it for $100, you can trade for another $100, same, another bow. Of course, if this bow here is old, you have to pay for the repair bows, you know. So the others is same like a violin.
I went into a big shop in Melbourne many years ago, and there was a couple of Asian people, father and son, trying some violins there on the wall. And there was about 20 violins hanging on the wall. And the boy could play all right, not too good, but I said, if you want to, I can play for you so you can compare the sound of the two and just play the dance tune or whatever. But I did know, I had my tuner with me, and I checked the tuning before I played, not so much because I wanted it, you know, G, D, A, E, but I wanted it in concert pitch, and I found that most of those violins were just down a little bit.
Yeah,
flat,
the pitch is...
do they do that perhaps on purpose, maybe?
No, the pitch is different. 404, 40 and 442. The different country has different pitch. Different countries, they use different pitch. For the habit, I don't know why. So this is also something very difficult for us. I tune for 440, which is a little lower than some countries. But when we tune the violin, this is for talking about violin making, not fiddle, okay? So we have to tune like a 440 as a standard, because all the resonance, for example, if I play A, and which part is moving. So this is also not good to play a violin lower pitch. Some people say, okay, I want to save the string. I make it lower pitch to play, and so the string can last longer. You know, something like that, you know. This is the most stupid way to practice, because you damage your violin. You damage your violin. It's like you are driving a car for 4 gear, and you drive in a 3rd gear speed. It's not good. You have to be tuned in the pitch to have the whole plate vibrates, respond correctly. Yes.
Because it is easier to get a sweet sound when it is down a little bit, I find, anyway. 432, for example.
Normally we don't do that. We put
no. I always have it at 440, but what I'm saying is, if it's down a little bit, it is a little bit easier to get a sweeter sound.
Possible, but it's not recommended. No. Yes. Okay.
So you think I should get a
wooden bow? Yes,
yes.
You should get a wooden bow. So this is what we're talking about, and the glass fiber bow. We'll come back to the bow. The glass fiber bow does not vibrate with sound. There's no sound out from there. I did some test in my YouTube channel. I used the same violin, play the same melody. Not only me and my students too, play with wooden bow and the glass fiber bow. It makes huge difference from the sound. Huge difference.
So you think I'm better off with a wooden bow?
Yes, absolutely. And why people say that cheap bows, glass fiber bow is better than wooden bows? There is a reason. Because glass fiber bow is a mass production, and they have a mold. The mold they just put in the mold, and I actually know this guy who started this thing, the whole thing. You know, I know he came to me and asked for help and asked for cooperation. I just said no in the very beginning. I said, this is your business. I don't want to get into anything, and because that's against my principle. You know, I know this guy, so he's not for that. But because they're made so standard, and they use the best model to make the bow, so this is why the playability is not bad. For playability for a glass fiber bow is not bad. For example, this glass fiber bow, it has a very good arch, and it is not likely going to change because it's plastic. Okay, it has good arch, and For many cheap bows, they don't even have an arch. They're more like straight. They're more like a shun. They can shoot a bow like that.
This is a student bow I got
Yeah.
when I bought the violin. They
Yes.
gave me this one, student bow.
Like these bows are horrible because it's you know it's so much curved. It's not
Yeah.
straight, you know.
It's from
not-
Allen's music
yeah.
store.
So it's not playable at all for this bow. For in this situation, of course, a glass fiber bow works better. At least it is straight. It has arch. So we are talking about a very low level, very primitive level of bows. We
So
say.
if I were going to buy a better bow,
Mhm.
I'd buy a wooden bow.
Mhm.
I don't know what standard to buy or what type. Just buy a more expensive one.
Okay, now we talk about a little bit about the price of the bow.
Well, no, I don't know. I don't know
No,
what to
no,
go and buy.
yes,
That's-
yes, yes,
that's
yes,
the
yes.
difference.
I think go together to somebody who's got a dozen bows, and you try one, you try another one, you try another one.
The price of a bow and the playability of a bow has very little to do with each other. You must understand this. You can buy a bow for $50,000, does not play at all, but it's still worth that much money. It absolutely worth that much because it's antique. Or you can buy a bow for $200, plays beautifully. So basically, a better maker and for 500 bow to 1,000 bow or 2,000 bow makes a huge difference. But basically, if a better maker is more easy to play, which is true. But for bow making, the problem with bow making, different from violin making, is most violin makers can play violin. Most violin makers start from player, not start from carpenter, because they have the carpenter skill and they love play. So you can see so many violin makers that play violin, maybe not so well. Of course, no one can play as much as I do, but they can play. But very few bow maker can play. So it's a problem. There are a few bows in the world. I don't want to mention the name. I don't want to damage their business. It's a German maker, and it's a very good maker. They make a very beautiful, decent bow, and all the work is so precise. If you do the hair, you really admire their handwork. So precise, really like a German-made things. But the playability is so horrible. It's almost not playable at all. It's so stiff and so, it's just a stick. You feel you hold a stick, it does not sing at all. There are makers like that. So, to buy a cheap bow which is playable is better than limit your price, limit. Say that's okay, I made in my mind, okay, up to $500, no more. Doesn't matter, this shop owner says, oh, this bow, fantastic, 1,000, Don't, just say, okay, no, I don't want to see anything above that. You make up on your mind, you make up your budget first. This is very important. The second, you only see bows in that range, not cheaper and more expensive. You buy a 500 bow, you see from 300 to 500. You buy 500 bow, a 300 bow, you see from 200 to 400. You only see that range. Because of course, 300 bow, they give you 1,000 bow, 1,000. Of course, it's better. They know you're rich, you can afford. But make your budget first. You think how much I would like to pay for a bow. Of course, this is commercial time. My bow is fantastic, so beautifully all over the world. But I have a very limited quantity. I cannot make that many. This is why I talk with Jeff. I'm not coming here to sell anything. It's too much trouble for me to bring things all the way. But in the future, if we can organize something, someone is going to do a Amazon shop or eBay shop to sell the arts in Warburton, sell everywhere wants. Then they can sell my products too. Then that's much easier for you to access my products. Then this is something made by a violinist who loves the violin. I can make money by any other things, but I love violin. I have the passion for it. I have the expertise for this to make these things, and especially I know this person. I bought his bow. I think that has another meaning in it. Yeah. For the cheapest of my, I have two kinds. The most best seller in Asia is called Art France. Art France is like $150. This bow, it's very playable, very nice. I think also very good play for folk music. It's strong, durable, you know. But for my name, if you have my name on it, it has to be $300, like a W Daniel bow. But a bow I made my personal, which is not available, is like $4,000. You cannot get it. You have to. That's a clue. Yeah, this is no need. It's like I would think people in Australia for W Daniel, made by Pernambuco, this bow will be very good for $300. Yes, you can buy online. You can buy online. You can just buy from my shop online. We can ship it for you, send it to you. I'm going to send something to Jeff anyway. If you need a bow, I'll send to you. But if you don't want to buy, just give it to Jeff. No.
So you think to improve my playing, I'll be better off, just to summarise, you've been very, very helpful, and I can't tell you how much I've enjoyed just listening to you. I need to get a better bow,
Yes.
a wooden one, not
a wooden bow first, and change the strings. Low down
I
your.
need to just change these strings.
No. This is not a good string.
Not a good string.
Yeah, if you use my Daniel Silver strings, cost $44.
Yeah, Daniel Silver.
Daniel Silver is on Amazon.
Wow.
Daniel mixed core silver, mixed core silver.
Wow.
Yes, for these strings, and or Daniel gold rosin, Daniel gold rosin.
Daniel.
Gold rosin.
Rosin.
And with a W Daniel bow, W Daniel bow.
W Daniel.
This is made of Pernambuco.
W Daniel
bow. Yes. So this altogether is like less than $400. Plus postage altogether like $400.
$400.
Yeah, $400. Yes. So for that we change your. Of course, you need Jeff help to lower down your bridge. To lower down your bridge a little bit.
So, because you told me this is not a very good violin.
No, you leave it there. Leave it there. You leave it there. We cannot do anything.
Yeah, no, I understand that.
Yes.
So unless I buy another one.
And then you buy another one.
Because he hasn't seen my house, has he?
I've seen your house.
He hasn't seen my music room.
No. I see you have a beautiful house.
We'll do that if you give us a time and we come in.
Anytime.
Yeah, but
I would love to. I would love to see your house actually.
I have a lot of different instruments.
Yeah.
So my options are to get rid of this and buy another one.
Yeah, for the violin, you can use this for the time being. And if you are interested, I don't want to press anyone to buy it.
Yeah.
Okay. If I come next time, I can bring it. Or I can take pictures, so you can see the picture, I can play a little bit on the sound, you can listen to it.
Yeah.
If you say, oh, I'm interested for this price, and I can bring it, you can try. Because I want people to have my things really love. They love it, yes.
So all I can do with this at the moment is change the strings to your Daniel...
Silver, mixed core silver. Just a Daniel Silver string, it's okay.
Yeah, Daniel Silver string.
Yes.
I thought it was and the W Daniel bow.
Yes.
So I can change, because I didn't want to have an old-timey bridge. I wanted, this was
No, you can use this
bridge.
bridge.
This was like a setup for a half classical, half
yes,
old-timey.
you can use the same bridge, but low down a little bit.
Yeah. So I lower this down one millimeter.
Okay. Do you have a file I can do for him? I do it now. Yeah, I do it for you.
Really?
Yeah, I do it here.
That's amazing.
Yes. Because since I'm here, because if I'm not here...
If you want to use my Wi-Fi, you can just come over.
Yeah, okay. Because it's so easy for me to do it, you know. But if I talk and ask other else to do it, maybe they make mistake.
I've got those ones, but I've got a finer one, that little triangular one.
So that's all I can do is change the strings and lower the bridge, basically.
Yeah. Then you get a much better sound.
Yeah, but I can't do much else with that.
No, and you don't need to. You don't need to do much about this at this moment for this violin.
Yeah.
Yeah.